How long does it really take to build muscle naturally? Is 3 months enough, or are people lying to you? Scroll through social media, and you'll see insane transformations that promise fast results. But here's the truth most beginners never hear. Most lifters quit because they expect results too fast. When reality doesn't match the hype, motivation disappears. Today, we're cutting through the noise. No hype, no fake timelines, no influencer illusions. Just realistic answers based on how the human body actually builds muscle naturally. If you want expectations that won't sabotage your progress, this video will save you months of frustration. So this video is for natural, drug-free lifters, especially beginners and intermediates who want honest answers instead of hype. If you've ever wondered why your progress feels slow, this is for you. Let's be clear about what this video is not. There are number 30-day transformations, no influencer timelines, and no unrealistic promises. Those comparisons only create frustration. What you'll get instead are honest muscle-building timelines and a clear explanation of what to expect at each stage of natural training. When expectations match biology, progress becomes much easier to stick with. Remember this as we begin. Muscle growth is slow but predictable. When people talk about building muscle, they often imagine fast, visible changes, but that's not how the body works. Muscle growth is a gradual process of tissue adaptation. Your muscles experience stress during training, recover, and slowly rebuild stronger and slightly thicker over time. This takes weeks and months, not days. One important thing to understand is that strength increases usually come first. Early on, your nervous system gets better at using the muscle you already have. You learn better technique, coordination improves, and your body becomes more efficient at lifting weights. This is why beginners often get stronger quickly, even when muscle size hasn't changed much yet. Visual changes come later. Muscle size increases slowly and subtly. Fat distribution, lighting, posture, and muscle pump can all affect how you look day to day, making progress hard to notice in the mirror. This leads many people to think nothing is happening, even when real progress is underway. That's why patience matters. Feeling stronger, lifting more weight, or doing more reps are signs that the process is working even if your physique hasn't changed dramatically yet.
Always.
Remember this truth. Feeling stronger comes before looking bigger. The first 0 to 6 months of training is often called the beginner phase, or newbie gains. This is when progress feels exciting and motivating. Strength tends to increase quickly. Weights go up almost every week. Invisible changes start to appear: better posture, firmer muscles, and small size increases. However, it's important to understand what's really happening. In this phase, a large part of your rapid progress comes from neural adaptations. Your nervous system learns how to activate muscles more efficiently, coordination improves, and technique gets better. That's why strength jumps can happen even before significant muscle size is added. There is muscle growth during this phase, but it's not magical or unlimited. It still depends on training quality, eating enough, and recovering properly. Beginners who train randomly, skip workouts, or undereat won't experience the same results. Another key point. Newbie gains don't mean you can be careless. Poor habits formed early, bad form, inconsistent eating, ignoring sleep will slow progress later when gains naturally slow down. The beginner phase is a window of opportunity, not a shortcut. Use it to learn proper technique, build routines, and stay consistent. Fast progress is possible, but only if you show up regularly and do the basics right. After the first 6 months, most lifters enter the intermediate phase, and this is where expectations are truly tested. Gains slow down noticeably. You're no longer adding weight every workout, and visual changes don't happen week to week. This is normal, not a sign that something is wrong. Progress in this phase is measured in small changes: a few extra reps, a small increase in load, slightly better muscle definition, or improved control. These wins may feel insignificant in the moment, but they compound over time into real size and strength. Here's the big shift. Nutrition and recovery start to matter much more. You can't outtrain poor sleep or inconsistent eating anymore. Missed meals, short nights, or excessive volume will stall progress quickly. Training still matters, but recovery now decides whether that training turns into muscle. Because progress feels slower, motivation often drops. Many people start program hopping, chasing extremes, or quitting altogether, right when patience is most important. This phase rewards structure and discipline. Track your lifts, keep calories consistent, respect rest days, and stick to a plan long enough to see trends. Not just daily changes. Remember this truth. This is where most people quit, but this is where real muscle is built. After about 2 years of consistent natural training, most lifters enter the advanced phase. This is where muscle growth becomes very slow and progress is much harder to notice. Strength increases come less frequently, and visual changes are subtle and only visible when you compare photos taken months apart. At this stage, your body is much closer to its natural potential. That doesn't mean growth stops. It means growth becomes efficient and selective. Every additional bit of muscle requires precise training, consistent nutrition, and excellent recovery. Small mistakes that didn't matter before now have a bigger impact. Training also becomes more intentional. You're no longer just lifting to work hard. You're managing volume, intensity, and recovery carefully to avoid stagnation or injury. Progress might look like adding a single rep, maintaining strength while cutting fat, or slowly improving weak muscle groups. Here's the honest reality check. For advanced natural lifters, gaining 1 to 2 kilograms of muscle per year is a best-case scenario. That might sound discouraging, but it's actually impressive. Over several years, those small gains add up to a strong, well-built physique. This phase rewards patience more than motivation. The lifters who succeed here are the ones who accept slow progress and stay consistent anyway. Growth speed isn't random. Several key factors decide how fast or how slow you grow, especially as a natural lifter. First is training quality. Lifting with proper form, sufficient intensity, and progressive overload matters far more than how many hours you spend in the gym. Random workouts, ego lifting, or constant program changes slow progress no matter how hard you train. Next is calories and protein. Muscle is expensive tissue. Without a consistent calorie surplus and enough protein, your body simply won't build it. You don't need perfection, but you do need consistency. Eating well some days and under-eating others cancels progress. Sleep and recovery often matter more than people realize. Poor sleep reduces strength, increases fatigue, and limits muscle repair. Training breaks muscle down. Recovery is when it's rebuilt.
Ow.
If recovery falls behind, growth stalls. Then there's genetics. Yes, genetics influence muscle shape, potential size, and growth rate, but they are not destiny. Good genetics without discipline go nowhere. Average genetics with consistent habits go very far. The key takeaway is simple and honest. Effort matters, but recovery decides. Train hard, eat enough, sleep well, and repeat. Over time, these basics matter more than any shortcut. Natural muscle growth takes time, and that's not a flaw in the process, it's the process itself. When progress feels slow, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means your body's adapting at a realistic pace. Slow progress is normal. It's how muscle is meant to be built without shortcuts. The problem isn't slow growth at S, expecting fast results in a system that doesn't work that way. When expectations are realistic, frustration disappears, and consistency becomes easier. Motivation comes and goes. Some weeks you'll feel unstoppable. Other weeks you won't. That's why consistency beats motivation every time. Showing up on average days matters more than pushing hard on perfect days. The lifters who succeed long-term aren't the ones who grow the fastest. They are the ones who don't quit. If you're still training after 1 year, learning your body, and building habits, you're already ahead of most people. Remember these lines: fast results fade, slow results last. If you're still training after 1 year, you're already winning. Build muscle for life, not likes. Stay patient. Stay natural. Keep going.